Hello, YouTube. How is everybody doing? I do hope that everybody is doing well. This is Princess Royal back again, talking about my usual conversation about the Western media propaganda of African continent and everybody else, including women. Well, as I get older and realizing the real-time impact of this propaganda on the young people, um, it, it infuriates me because they've been doing this over and over and over again across decades, damaging people and getting away with it. And they are not getting the attention they deserve. Today, I'm going to be focusing on that aspect of the propaganda that markets all African people as extremely poor, desperately poor, living in poverty and needed everyone's help, you know, um, to be able to survive a day. Um, Disclaimer, I'm not denying that, there is poverty in Africa. Of course, there is poverty in Africa, and so do every other place across the world. Okay? Um, Affluence and poverty coexist side by side alongside with each other everywhere in the world, in every continent and every nations across the globe. It's just not Africa. And it has been like that from the beginning of the time, from the beginning of the world. Because these same media have, created every construct around humanity. They created the socio-economic construct, created, body image construct, everything. So the reality is like poverty and affluence, coexisted right from the beginning of the world. There is no single nation that is all wealthy and everybody in it are wealthy, as much as there is no other nation that is poor and everybody in it are poor. So I don't understand why these media outlets choose to single out Africa and choose to cherry pick certain remote part of Africa or wherever they get all that video they keep recycling over and over that they use to debase African nation, to misrepresent the whole continent as people that are so poor and so needy. It is not true. Well, I don't know about any other country. I can talk about other Western, you know, nations, but I'm going to talk about, United States where I live. I'm very certain that, not every state in United States are rich. Certainly not everybody is rich in America. Many are struggling and trying to get by the day just as Africans, and I'm sure other people across the globe. Even the country that is marketed as the city, the shining city on the hill, and the greatest uh, nation in the world, still have a high level of poverty, and I mean United States. So why do they wrap up the same poverty in the West, wrap it under cover, and talking about Africa from morning till night, and talking about Africa as, you know, needing help, you know, immediate, emergency help. Otherwise, they're not going to survive a day. I see this ad all the time, and I shake my head. These people don't seem can't seem to help themselves, can they? They are so inherently very prejudiced and racist, because this is what this is all about, to attack, you know, African people's self-esteem and emotional and mental well-being. Because, when people succeed in telling you that you cannot succeed because you are, you know, you are inherently, inferior or whatever, or living in a country, or everything about you is it's not good, and your country is not good, and everything about you is bad, and you begin to see yourself in that light, then obviously, you know, no one can succeed in life with that kind of mindset. So this is what they're trying to do, to destroy us mentally. And this is an easiest way to keep us down, not to succeed. And it seems to be working with them, because a lot of African youths are internalizing these falsehoods and this propaganda. And they're beginning, to see the Western culture as a role model. And all their life goals is to emigrate to the West. And when they can't, they do everything humanly possible to take off all that their African identity. Okay? They want to do everything Western. Change their accent and try to talk in Western accent. They want to dress, act, and behave Western, because they have been told that being an African and living in an African continent does not paint them in a good light. It's, it shows them, it shows everything poor, poverty, you know, that nobody wants to identify with. So young people wants to identify with what the Western media told them is successful, which is the West. It is not true. It is not true at all. This is just not, African people. They do that to women too. Now, the same tools are telling women, defining to us what they consider to be beautiful. Now, you have to be 5'10", certain height, 125 pounds or less, light skin with a straight hair, to be considered a beautiful woman. If you are anything short of that, maybe a little chubby or a little shorter, no, you are not desirable. This construct, this superficial construct, have real life impact on young women who are aspiring to meet to this Western ideal and standard of beauty, by trying to starve themselves and, then, starve themselves to anorexia. As a mother, I am very concerned about this, and we need to start talking about this, because, this propaganda have the most impact on the young people, the developing minds. And they internalize these things and they form their perception around the falsehoods. And they live their life based on those standards. This has got to stop. It really have got to stop. These people has gotten away for too long. They can't just use their platform and their megaphone to tell everybody else how to live their life, what is good for them, run down countries, run down a whole continent, put people down. I mean, I don't even know why anybody's still listening to them. I don't listen to them anymore. I don't have no damn TV in my house. Because I'm just so sick and tired of their lies. It's about time for people to stand up, because to push back on some of these things. Sadly, the young people and the youths are, taking their cues from these media talking heads. And most of the time, they are lying. So, we really need to, do something about this. I mean, the simplest way out of it is boycott them, cut them off, tune them off, run them out of business, so that people can live their life in their own country, in their own continent, in their own body as women, and be proud of who they are. Without these jerks disparaging everybody. I am particularly very angry about the way they conveniently choose to cover African continent. How they conveniently omit to, highlight, talk about those magnificent African cities. Cities like Abuja, Nigeria, is a extremely breathtaking, stunning city with a hilly mountain topography, laced with a greenery landscape. I always say that Abuja is where Mother Nature meets modernization. It's absolutely beautiful. Expensive city. So do Kigali and Nairobi and Maputo, the capital city of Mozambique, with extremely exotic beaches because it lies on the Indian Ocean, on the bank of Indian Ocean. They're not talking about the exotic places like Madagascar and Seychelles Island. Not even countries like Botswana and Namibia. Beautiful places. And the ancient countries like in northern Africa, like Morocco and Algiers and Tunisia. None. By the way, nothing about Ethiopia. This is where civilization started. But we are the quote and unquote third world country. when they stole everything from us, stole writing from us, our artifacts, our art and culture, everything they got it from Africa and turned around and said that we are the third world. These people are something else. But anyway, I think it's about time for us to call them out for who they are, racist. And they are targeting African country, targeting African people, probably to mess them up mentally and psychologically, to keep us down from doing well, while going through the back door to try to get every resources and mineral resources in Africa. And the wealthiest are among them are spending their vacations in Seychelles Island. That's where they spend their vacations, but they will never acknowledge it in their media. But talk about negative things, bad, terrible things, poverty, um, sickness, everything terrible about Africa. And people have internalized this, and unfortunately has formed the perception of Africa as long as so many people are concerned. This drives me crazy. So, but anyway, we will keep calling them out. Hopefully, they're going to have a second thought about their thoughts about Africa. They hopefully they're going to leave Africa alone, and the people alone to try to thrive without anybody holding them down and talking trash on us. But anyway, I do hope that you all stay safe and stay cool. It's becoming extremely hot in America. I don't know where you are, but it's very hot summer. Try to stay cool and get hydrated. Thank you for listening to me, and may God bless your day. Bye bye.